Is there like anything else that you want to drop on the folks? You'll hear.
What else am I supposed to say?
I don't know.
we just want to pay for fight. I mean, we're becoming the king of the Europeans.
If that's what it takes, I guess.
Okay, it's a shame because you got guys like Chris Mannix pushing us to fight black man, but Chris Mannix don't say shit about us fighting Triple G or Malata.
Oh yeah. When Demetrius called him out on Demetrius called out Chris Mannix on that shit. I remember that. Oh man.
Hell yeah, because you know what? I wasn't there because I had to go back and forth home, right? I was there because that young lady tried to save his ass in that press conference when I saw that video.
Oh man.
And I don't know why she even had anything to say about it. She tried to deflect the whole conversation. My son is too smart for that. Because I would have told her, wait, lady, let Chris answer the question. Are you trying to save him? You know, and Sergio, man, is my boy. Me and Sergio go way back. I love Sergio. He calls it the way it is. Sergio and Paulie calls the shit the way it is.
Yeah, there's a good amount of people there that really don't like Paulie right about now. So,
yeah, you know, Paulie, I've known Paulie for years. Shit. And Paulie, as a commentator, just like with Andre Ward's up there, okay, and Sergio, they've been in the ring, they've been in the trenches. They say, you guys don't see what's going on. They're trying to set traps, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that.
Yep.
You know? It's not like Teddy Atlas who sits around, runs his mouth and does these little imitation little shit and goes back and forth and say, oh, if he did this, or if he did that.
And then hit him in the mouth, then we gotta hit him with an uppercut, and then he needs to step in. No,
man, he needs to contradict himself. The guy needs better competition. They need competition. They need to move faster and better. They move too fast, he gets beat. Oh, they should have took their time. I've never heard anybody contradict themselves so much.
Oh man, yeah, it's crazy.
It is shit. At the end of the day, it's a shame that Benavidez and us are so avoided. But after we fight, and I'm not gonna say who's gonna win and who's not. I have too much respect for them. Who do we have left? So let's get rid of the mismatch first, then fight. Yeah. But they won't allow us to do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're going to let Benavidez clean up one side and we clean up the other side and then meet into one of the best fights of the century. Mm. Okay, they ain't going to allow that to happen.
Word.
You know? Mm-hmm. That's how it's supposed to happen.
Yep.
To be the fight of the century or the decade or maybe the year. Maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? Right. But, okay, everybody wants to put us to clear the path for other fighters. And that's the politics of boxing. Yeah. Let's clear the road, plow the road. The snow's down there, plow the road so the Jaguar can drive through. Because the Jaguar can't drive through snow.
Okay.
So let's get the plows out first. Let's get everybody out the way. So once they're all out the way, then the Jaguar can come down the road with his little flags and say, I won. And that's what's happening.
Word.
You know, ain't nobody calling out Benavidez' name. And I'm not calling him out. What I'm saying is, I know that's the only fight that's going to happen down the road. But I'm not calling him out. I'm not disrespecting him. But we're both in the same position. But when the call is made and it's time for that fight, they'll happen. They'll happen with anybody. And the screwed up part about it is, if we decide to move up to 168, I want to see what the old media is going to say. We avoided Janibek. Are you serious?
Man, I hope they don't say that. Oh my God.
How years they're going to say that?
Yo.
Because they're saying how tough of a fight Janibek is right now, and they don't know boxing.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know who would be saying that. Because let me tell you, when I was at the fight there with Anim against Indom, there were a good number of media members that weren't all too impressed with Janibek and Hanuli in that fight. So if they turn around and say something about, if Demetrius Andrade moves up to 168, and they say something about, because he didn't want to, or he's avoiding the Hanuli, I'll be like, man, nah, don't even play that. Don't even pull that. Nah.
Because as much knowledge as they have, they're told what to say and what not to say. Okay, because they try to keep their jobs. They can't speak the truth. Okay. You got guys who can speak the truth. Dan Raphael speaks the truth. Okay. He has his own stuff. Old time. I mean, you, Dante, Blue's just a Canelo fan, a Charlo fan, and Blue don't even have his facts straight.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
And you tell Blue what he said so, okay? He can hear this shit too. He sits up in there with his little deep voice, okay, and thinks he got the facts right about us and 10 days before a fight or whatever. What reality is here?
Oh, man.
Blue Blood doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, man.
Got no clue. And he has a platform to attack me, but he doesn't have a platform of proof.
Mm.
So show me some proof.
Mm. Word.
I don't know if you're a fan of Blue.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I've hung around them a couple of times, but, there's, a couple of things that, that I've agreed with them on, but there's...
I admit it. Are you going to admit it? Is he factual?
Not completely, no. Not.
Exactly. Come on, bro. Be factual. Before you open your mouth, don't be a tabloid, because you sound like a tabloid. Woman has 3-headed babies. That's what Blue's about. Woman has 3-headed babies and 12 other kids afterwards. Come on, don't be a tabloid. Blue, please, just get your facts straight and I'll respect you. That's all you're going to do. You get people convinced that you're the next Messiah until you become a false god, and they see that. Just get your facts straight.
Man.
This ain't the World War where you're going to be in propaganda. Don't spread propaganda.
Yeah. I mean, for me, over the time that I've covered the sport of boxing, my thing was when I got into it was that, what I wanted to do was give, the fighters, the trainers, the promoters, whatever, the access to pretty much say what went down. I don't want to say that it came from some third party or whatever it is. Like when I name my thing, the boxing source, I wanted to go to the direct source, not through anybody else, just go to the direct source. Fuck all that, So
right, but shouldn't he have gone to both of us to find out the truth?
right, you know.
And everybody knows we were like in the middle of something. But like I said, maybe one advertisement, training camp, one interview, anything. If we were going to fight this guy, we would have had interviews on both sides. Maybe one interview he did before the fight. Maybe, wait a minute. I know what it is. The reporters were not interested in his side, were they? The reporters did not want to interview Charlo about his training camp, preparing for Demetrius Andrade, because he didn't give one interview at all. Maybe they don't want to, maybe they think he's such a small pea that they didn't want to interview him for the fight with Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They must have felt like he was so low on the totem pole that they did not request one interview or his training camp or anything for Demetrius Andrade. Did he ever give an interview, pre-fight interview for the fight?
I don't remember one. I certainly don't remember one.
Well, you know why you didn't get? There was none. Because nobody was interested in what he had to say. If there was a fight. Think about it that way.
Gotcha.
So they were interested on his comments. They weren't interested in what he was going to do to Demetrius Andrade. They weren't interested in him at all. They figured he was just another opponent that Demetrius was just going to just walk over. Oh, is that below the belt enough?
Hey, anything goes. Anything goes here on the Boxing Source. Whatever you got.
I understand that. Was that below the belt enough to let him be heard? Let me be heard about what we think about him.
Hey, speak. Talk your stuff, man. That's what we here for. That's what we here for. No
filter. He's turning around and talking about a fight with your brother. Why does that affect you? Shit, your old brother ain't talking to you right now because he thinks you're a bitch. Right? He said, step up, do what you're supposed to do. Because there's some friction there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one lion always takes over the other lion. Doesn't matter if they're brothers. When it's time to take over the lair, a true lion takes over the lair.
There can only be one king.
And I guess that's what's happening. So you can sit up there all drunk and shit and do your pow-pow shit, but why are you still talking? I mean, are you scared of us? You wake up in the middle of the night saying, oh, Demetrius, he was in my dreams. Why are you still talking? If we move up, you're going to talk. Hey, this is what's going to happen. After we move up, he's going to talk more shit like we've heard from him. He can move up too. Yeah. He can get a piece of Benavidez and the rest of the super middleweights.
Got Benavidez, Caleb Plant, you got Andre Durrell, Anthony Durrell. Caleb Truax, still active out there. Man, I know there's Zach Parker that's out there too, whatever it is. I guess if Billy Joe Saunders still active,
Right, so you get up there and get a piece of the 168 division.
Right.
Or you can shut your mouth. And how are you going to tell a guy to come down and weight? You went up in weight because you couldn't make that weight anymore, right? Guys go up in weight because they hit the wall, and their body said you have to go up in weight. You can no longer make that weight division.
Yeah.
So don't talk shit to me about, because I went up that weight division, you want me to come back down. You wouldn't fight me when I was at that weight division. Now you want me to go up and try to come back down? That's like Canelo saying putting weight restrictions on everybody he fights. But Canelo puts a weight restriction on a fighter, but yet he fights at 175 and he wants to put a weight restriction on a middleweight guy. How can you go up to 175 and fight a guy at 175, but you want to put a weight restriction on a middleweight? Does that make sense?
Yeah, man. That was kind of like 155, like a 155 weight. Like, I never understood that one. I never did.
And that, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what happens to Canelo, he leaves this sport as a billionaire. You see his ranch, you see his horses, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I own a ranch like that and horses like that, he's Mexican. You know he raises his own chickens to eat, and he eats his own cattle. So how does he eat tainted beef? Because he has his own cattle, his own chickens on the farm, and he picks which one. I would eat that cow today. So how did you go out and eat tainted beef when you're eating your own animals?
No idea. They came up with that one.
Right, does that make sense? So, okay. So I'm taking care of my body. I own the biggest ranch out there. I got millions of dollars, prize horses, all this. Right? What am I going to go to the restaurant for? Okay, I'm going to the restaurant. Here's my cow. You slaughter my cow. I'm eating my cow. I ain't eating your meat. That's like drinking the water in Mexico. We're not going down there and do that, are we? Well, my friend that does not drink beer went to Mexico and said, Paul, I wouldn't drink the water. I had to drink beer all the time because I was scared of the water. Don't disrespect to Mexico. None. Okay?
Yeah.
Because over the years, your body builds immunities over to where your habitat is, right?
Yeah.
We can go places and get malaria, but the people that live there don't get malaria. So you're telling me, Canelo says, I want to have 30 people eating in this restaurant. No, I'm bringing one of my cows. You slaughter my cow. You cook my cow because it's the way I had them fed. Grain-fed, grass-fed, whatever fed. People-fed. It doesn't matter. Okay? But you're slaughtering my cow, and that's the cow you're going to cook. Now I want to go over there and eat what you're providing me. He has too much money, too much power, and he has his own ranch. His cows are grain-fed. They're probably people-fed, anything-fed, to make sure he eats the best beef in the world. Now, how the hell you eat tainted meat?
Yeah, guess it. Like you said, when you're Canelo, you can pretty much get anything you want. So,
right. But you own. Okay, it's not like us. We don't own a ranch. We don't own acres with horses and cows and chickens and all that. So when you own all that, you're a farmer. You feeding the meat you're going to eat is your own meat. You're going to feed it what you want to feed it. So you eat the top beef in the world. What restaurant you went to that you didn't send your cow there ahead of time? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that's why I just couldn't really, understand that, the accusation, in that instance, like you said, when someone's that big, that owns their own ranch, why in the world would they go to, get some beef from someone they don't know?
Exactly. And tainted beef, okay, now, if you ate the meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were tested 3-4 weeks later, you're telling me that's the only place you ate? How do you know that meat was tainted? Come on, common sense. You didn't get food poisoning from it. You caught steroids. So that means you traced the meat you ate, you documented the cow you ate, and on top of that, right, you know what cow you ate, and the restaurant said, oh yeah, that's it. We found out this was tainted beef.
Word.
What the fuck you put in the beef that was so tainted?
Yeah, they'll have to find that, man. They'll have to find out what in the world did they feed the cow or whatever it is. It don't really be that
Yeah,
simple.
he brought a forensic scientist to trace down the cow he ate and what restaurant it came from. How the hell do you know when you ate tainted beef? You do, because you ate your own beef.
Word. Oh man. Yo, this is great, man. Yo, I had to put this to a wrap, yo. Definitely have to catch up with you later on down the line, man. But thank you so much, man. You just dropped it on the folks, man. Like I said, man, you weren't below the belt. You got no filters on here. Just know that from now on, when you're talking to the boxing source, man, you got no filters. All right?
No, it's not that I have no filters. I speak the truth as I see the truth.
Word. Got you.
Okay, I'm not in a fantasy line. I'm not, fantasy life. I'm not looking at a crystal ball. I'm not trying to duck anybody. Okay?
Word.
I speak the truth the way I see the truth.
There you go.
Canelo, if you never want to fight us, it's okay. But don't let us become great, because it will tarnish you. Don't let us beat everybody else, the people that you won't fight, because for the history, they will compare that. And Charlo, just shut the fuck up, man, please. And stay in your lane, enjoy yourself. And that's fine. All right. I want to let you sign off now.
All right, my guy. Thank you so much, man, and I'll get at you later.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Wow. Woo. Woo. Oh my God. Paul Andrade definitely dropped a whole lot of stuff on this conversation. Oh my goodness, man. And like I said, I'm definitely hitting them up. When we got more information on what Demetrius Andrade's next fight is going to be. But man, this one right here, oh man, this was a classic. This was a classic. Definitely a classic. Hope y'all enjoyed it. You'll get more conversations here through the Boxing Source. Thank y'all for listening in to this conversation. And for right now, I'm out. Peace.